everyone, Paul ICM. Welcome to, well, it's another inbox review. I've not done one for a while, but we're back now and hoping to get a few more of these done. Not at the time or the willing, to be honest, lately to do reviews, so I don't want to do them half-arsed. I'd rather do when I'm interested. I'm a little bit passionate about the subject I'm doing, and this one is certainly one of those. Now, I've wanted to build a He-111 for a long time. Love the aircraft. It's a beautiful, sleek design bomber. Absolutely beautiful aircraft. Had the 72nd scale Revel Hasselhour reboxing, but it's a little bit small in 72, and I'm not a 72 scale person. Nearly pulled the trigger several times on the 32nd scale Revel, which looks beautiful. I've seen a couple of quite high profile builds on that, and it looks a stunning kit for the money. But just too big, nowhere to store it once I'm done, and just thought, no. When we announced this, well, not we announced it, but when we put it on our latest kit releases on the live show a while back, I thought, yeah, that's got my name all over it, and I've waited, and finally the day has come. It was released last week. Mine just arrived literally half an hour ago, and I'm eager to review it. Now, it's He-111 H-3, 48 scale, like I said, so whilst it's still quite big, we worked it out, it's kind of about an 18-inch wingspan, roughly. I'll figure that out in a little bit. It's still going to be a good size in 48, but it's a beautiful aircraft, and I don't mind building something that little bit bigger than I normally would. It's probably, I think we worked out it's got about the same wingspan as a 32nd scale Stuka, so it's a good size aircraft. Now ICM, they've really upped the game lately. I'm partway through my I-16 Polycarpov I reviewed a while back, my little Christmas buddy build, and that thing's gone together really well. Not perfectly, it's not a Tamiya kit, it needs a little bit of work here and there, but more than manageable for the average modeler by far, so I'm hoping this is going to be the same, and I might even start it very soon. So you might see a build of this very, very soon. As soon as that Polycarpov's built, I might crack on and build this. So there we go. I got this from Veterans Models on Facebook. It was £29.50 posted, so it's a reasonable price for a big kit. And like I say, if it's anything like that other kit, it's going to be a nice little kit to build. So there we are. So have a look around, see what prices you can find them at. But certainly have a look at Veterans Models, because that's where I got mine from. There we go. So, right, let's head over to the bench and have a look and see what we get in the box. Right, there we go, we're over the bench. Didn't really talk about the box art. Never mind, we will do now. So, it's typical ICM box art. Beautiful drawing of the H-111 at altitude. Well and truly weathered, as you can see. It's certainly a well-worn aircraft. Very, very nice. That's all that's on the front. You got ICM at the top. Excuse the lighting. He-111 H-3 WW2 German bomber. And it's model kit 48261. 48 scale, like I've mentioned. On the side, you have some information about the aircraft. If you want to read that, knock yourself out. Yeah, I'll hold that there for a second. And the rest of it is there. So, wingspan is 471mm. So, yeah, it's about 18-inch, 19-inch. 324 parts. And instruction sheets, drawings, and decal sheet are included. Made in Ukraine. And there we go, and age 14 plus. Don't think there's anything on the other side. Oh yes, we have our decal call-outs. So I believe that'll be RLM 71 and 70. And O2. Mine's gone blank. It's been a while since I've touched aircraft really, other than this Polycarpov, so I'm a little bit rusty. So yeah, very nice depictions on the side, and like I say, there's a few schemes inside the box. Now, it's typical ICM. The top lid lifts off, and then there's a flap at the front that lifts over. And inside, we are greeted with one giant bag of sprues. Is that zoomed out? Let me zoom that out. It is. And one bag of instructions. I'm going to put that box on the floor, put the instructions to one side out of the way, and we'll deal with this bag. Now, slightly unceremoniously put in one bag. I'm not a fan of people doing this at all, but there was no real issue with the Polycarpov, so I'm hoping there won't be in this. Now, sprues, we've got two identical there. We've got 3 with the fuselage, 4, 5 with the clear, 6, 7, 8. So 8 sprues in total. So not too many to be getting on with, but just enough to keep it interesting. And I think we'll start with the fuselage halves. So if we pop those on there, my white balance come back. There we go. So we've got the 2 fuselage halves. Very nice. We've got the underbellies. Various other components, no idea what they are at all. Hard to tell. But looking at it, it's very crisply done. The panel lines are really nice. I'll come in close in a minute and have a look. But the panel lines are really good. So let me get my white balance back. There we go. They're not too deep. And now just depicting what we're showing. You can see some what appear to be kind of sink marks, but I think if I hold it up, it is literally just where the plastic's thinned out a little bit, and we can see, yeah, it's where we can see light through them. So there's no issues there. There's no flash. There's no marks. There's a few bits of remnants of what look like, it's not an old release, but there's a few remnants of something on the plastic. But overall, that looks actually looks really good. There's a bit of a texture to the plastic in places, mainly underneath. But we're coming closer and have a little look. So there's the top of the fuselage. Go across the top and I'll show you the bottom on the right way around. So as you see, panel lines are nice, they're not too deep. Not bad at all. We slide across. We've got some riveting on the wing roots and around this panel at the top there. Forward section of the fuselage. These parts are all ribbed, very nice for her pleasure. We've got, it's going to be part of the underbelly. I'm guessing part of the landing gear, is it? It's hard to tell. And again, very nicely scribed panel line details, some rivets there as well, going across. It's not really that much to look at really. We've got some what looks to be radio instrumentation there, so on and so forth. We'll scoot across that quickly and we'll come back to the bottom half of the fuselage where we can view it the correct way round. So yeah, not a massive amount to write home about. The detail is fairly simple, but it is nice and crisp. It's not overdone, it's not too deep. There's no flash. There's no flash on the sprues either. Nothing at all. So yeah, really nice. Now, do we have any interior detail? We do a bit. We've got the ribbon inside. We've got some EPMs in several places. Let me get my white balance back. There we go. So there's some EPMs just in between the windows here and there. When are you going to see them? I don't know. They're pretty easy to take care of. Just a little bit of a chore sometimes. And again, into these parts, they've got some detail inside as well. And other than that, the top fuselage is exactly the same. That is it. So yeah, main fuselage halves, not too bad at all. Hopefully they'll marry up well. But yeah, the side seems smooth. As we get to the top and bottom, it seems to get more gritty. So, I'm not sure what's going on there. Right, we have a small sprue next, which is full of what looks to be landing gear. Very nice. Get rid of the plastic. So we have various landing gear struts, components, hydraulic pieces. Could be part of, no, it's not part of an engine, it can't be. It's got an amazing seam on it. Wow. It's going to need some taking care of. So, come straight in close to these. As you can see, so we've got the main gear legs. Now on each one of those there is a seam which is going to need taken care of, but this one seems to be the worst just there. It's a massive seam along the edge. It's literally run over a sander, so it's not really an issue. Other than that though, it's nice and crisp. The detail is really good, even the small part that they look at actuators at the bottom. Got steering yokes. All very nicely done. We'll just scoot around it all quickly for you to have a look. Not a huge amount to look at on this sprue. What there is, it's mostly tiny, thin little parts. But yeah, it looks good. There's some nice detail on those parts. Looks to be nice secure locating points, and it was the same on the polycarp off all the landing gear, quite prominent locating tabs to make sure it's held in properly, which is always good to see. And again, on the whole, landing gear looks pretty good. Whether it's going to be strong enough to hold the weight of this thing, I don't know. We shall find out. So there we go, there's another one. Now we have, we've got a bulkhead of the cockpit of the fuselage. There's two of them, in fact. We've got engine covers, some interior parts, gunner's ring. I'm going to guess that's the rear landing gear. Another bulkhead, so on and so forth. And these have got some nice, new word. These have got some nice raised detail as well. I'm going to come straight in. Oh, the white balance keeps going on that camera, but it does. Look on these here, you see the raised detail parts. I'm going to guess, is there two of these? Trying to figure out parts sometimes can be an absolute nightmare. Hard to tell. But there's some nice detail, a little bit of detail in there as well, as you can see. And overall, if we go around it all, inside that gunner's ring, you can see the actual gear itself that make it turn in real life. So that's a nice little touch as well. The rear landing gear there. There must be gear doors. Will come up. So again, not much to write home about, but it's all crisply moulded. No issues at all. Really, really nice. So, if they fit together, it should be a nice gift. There's these bulkheads I was telling you about. Bulkheads, wing spars, I'm guessing as well, for a bit of strength. That's quite nice to see. And again, they've got nice positive locating points on them, which should make assembly easy and give it a nice bit of rigidity and strength as well. Moulding is really good. I like that rear tyre. Very nice. The tread patterns in there in half. Must be another half out over there. There it is. So it is in half, that tyre wheel. There's the other part of it there. So nice, yeah, really nice moulding. Like I say, you got some nice raised and recessed detail. And again, there's that graininess on the plastic. Nice and smooth on top, grainy on top. Well, it's supposed to be like that. I don't know. I can't see it being like that, but it certainly is on that plastic. It does have a gritty feel to it, but it's not going to be an issue. As soon as you get some primer onto it, it'll probably level into it anyway. So there we go. Another nice sprue. And onto another, and we've got a wing half. So, starting to get into the larger, more interesting parts. So, obviously we've got upper and lower. And again, we've got some nice rivet detail, some really nice recessed panel line work. We've got the, let's have a look what we've got. So the flaps look to be fixed. Ailerons are movable. And I'm assuming we've got the elevators there as well. Again, it's hard to tell. I'm trying to figure out what is what on each part. They must be elevators, yeah. And again, really nice. So I'll just come straight in and have a look. There's no point mucking around. That's going to be here all day waffling. So yeah, nice recessed detail. These access points are nice. We've got some recessed plastic there. Get off. Recessed lines. They're nice. Again, not too deep, not too prominent. Just enough to hold the wash without looking OTT. So they're going to be really smart. You've got the fabric detail there as well built in, which is really nice. Not overdone. Again, little actuators on there as well. Nice touch. The other wing. I'll flip it over and have a look inside in a minute. Let's get this. White balance is going crazy today. Let me turn that off. Might be better. Actually, might be worse. Ignore that. You see, there is a little bit of mar into the plastic in places, but that's not going to be an issue at all. And again, that nice fabric detail there as well. If you flip them over, nothing inside, but you see the nice secure locating points for those spars. So it's going to add a nice bit of rigidity to those. Give no problem whatsoever. So there's that. And then we have the other wing as well. And this one's got the rudder on it in halves. And the horizontal stabilizers as well. And again, exactly the same as the other side, very nice recessed detail. literally a mirror image of those other wings, so I'm not going to go all through them. And again, on these horizontal stabilizers, some nice detail in there. Through to there. Here's one of those wings again. And again, really nice, really crisp. It is really top quality moulding. Very nice. And the last two screws. Now these are identical. Let's just double check that they actually are. And they are. So we'll get rid of one. Leaves us with one left. So on here we have propellers. Well, one. We have some ordnance. Got some cannons. Exhausts. Various other components. We've got engine mounts, supports, more ordnance. Now, do we get any P with this kit? No, we don't, because it's all built in. So yes, we've got landing gear, wheels, tyres, ammunition, magazines. There's all sorts of stuff on this one. So again, all nicely crisply moulded. There's no issues there whatsoever. There's not a hint of flash. There are slight seams around a lot of the parts. So if you get like a square part, you'll have a seam running around one side of it. But it's pretty easy to deal with. I'd rather have that than masses of flash or mismoulding. If you flip it over, there's one of the engines. Again, nicely detailed. I'm assuming you can leave the cowlings off to show them. I'll look through the instructions in a minute. Be quite nice if you could leave one off to show it, but again, no problems there at all. Really nice crisp parts. Like I say, we've just got the seams like this here, right on that pipe. Big seam going right round, so you just got to deal with that. But other than that, there's no issues at all. Really nice little kit. Not too bad. We come around and have a look at all the little parts. There's some ordnance, exhaust, MGs, MG magazines, engine and its various components, engine support. Did I go past those? Have I gone past that yet? No, they're at the bottom. Across, no bother at all. There's the two halves of the wheels, cowlings, engines again. There's the engine supports, the prop, various other components right down to the bottom. We've got the other parts of the ordnance, various hoses, pipes, ancillary components. So it might have quite a detailed engine by the look of it, which is pretty cool if it does. So two of those sprues, don't forget. Right, onto the clear parts. So, plenty of these on this thing, the nature of the He-111. I do hope somebody has brought out a mask set for it, because it's going to say considerable time, but they are nice and deep anyway, so there shouldn't be too much of an issue to actually mask up anyway. Plenty of glass on there. It does look a little bit murky in places. I'm just going to grab a bit of tissue and have a little bit of a clean up. Let's just see if there actually is anything on the glass. So, yeah, the glass isn't the clearest, I'm going to admit that, which is a bit of a shame, but it'll be fine to do. It's probably going to be the letdown of the kit. Like that piece there. It's going to come off. I really don't want it to come off. Just clean that paint up. Don't you be twisting off. Stay there. So, yeah, it's not the clearest. There's a little bit of haze into the plastic, but it's usable. I've seen a lot worse. I've seen a lot better. I've seen a lot worse. So, plenty of glass on there, I can say. You see through it fine. It just looks a little bit. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not particularly clear. It's a little bit hazy in places. It almost looks like there's something on the glass. I mean, by all means, once you get it off, give it a clean up, some UMP cleaner or something like that. Give it a polish, some compounds. It might improve them. I know a lot of people still like to dip the canopies. Not a fan of doing that myself. but it might improve. But there's certainly a lot of glass on there. Now this is hopefully going to fit well into the aircraft, because if not, it's going to be all sorts of trouble. But you won't know that until the later stages of assembly. But plenty of glass there. Overall, it doesn't look too bad. It's usable. It's not as clear as I'd like it, but it's not a Tamiya kit. It's, you know, if Tamiya was released this kit, it'd be about 70, 80 quid, easy. So you're going to have to expect some parts aren't going to be as polished as the others. But overall, the glass doesn't look too bad. There's an instrument panel there at the back as well, right at the bottom. I'll just take us around the glass to have a quick look, so you can see it for yourselves. Obviously, these hazy parts here are where it's going to be painted, so they're not an issue. Like I say, overall, it's certainly usable. It's passable. Shouldn't really be an issue. So this is the one part that is packed separately, thank God. So I'm going to pop it back into its bag. In you go. And we will have a look at the decals, instructions, and anything else we get in here. So, sheet of decals, right, okay, it's a long sheet, as you can see. We'll just have a look at those in a second. There's protective paper. Excuse me. Do we have anything else in instruction books? We've got no PE. I don't think there would be. That's not an issue. Let's have a quick look at these. Quick look at these decals before we get to instructions. So now, again, if these decals are anything like those polycarbonate ones, they are lovely. They come off the back of paper easy. They set nice and simply, just with microset and sol. They will give no issues at all. And they look nice. They're clear. They're in register. There's a little bit of graininess to some of those crosses, but that shouldn't be an issue. All the markings, everything's in register. The colour's good, nice and vibrant. The blues and the reds, really nice. Even down to the stencils, they're all legible and actually look really, really good. Like I say, if these lay down like those polycarbonate ones, you're onto a winner, because they went down absolutely beautiful. I'll come in close so you can have a look at them all. We'll pop it down there. So again, you can just see there's a little bit of grittiness there. In fact, there's a line right through that one if you look at it. But I think overall they look really good. No idea who manufactures them for them, but they are nice decals. The markings there as well. Like I say, the blue and the red of the D and the K are really vibrant. Really nice. Everything's clear. Everything's in register. And again, no issue. Onto the markings there. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can have a look at the markings. They are all legible if you speak German. Nicht Bert Retten. Bert Retten. Lovely. Lovely party. So yeah, they're certainly legible. Really nice. Anti-instrument display panel cluster there. Some other instruments as well. And again, very, very nice decals. Lovely stuff. So there we go. We'll pop those to one side safely. Clear parts and decals, I'm always paranoid of. They always get kept separately from the kit. Anything I'm working on, just to ensure they're going to be okay. Now, what I need to do, I'm going to take my camera up a little bit. We're done with that camera for now, so I can go over there. Ah, it's coming back. Start off, go away. And there we are, that'll do. Whoop. The curse of these cameras on these lights, they don't like to be too high. Right, so instruction sheet. Bit of info on the front. Again, if you want to read it, I'll bring it up, you can have a read. So, I think it's repeated from the side. You want to pause it and have a read? Knock yourselves out. Now on the bottom, we've got some tactical and technical specifications of the aircraft. So again, you want to read those, I'll bring them up. I was going to read them, I thought, what's the point? You guys might as well read them. There we go, my dog's going mental in the house. Right, we've got colour call-outs. So they are in Revel. I'm going to guess that's aqua colour. And Tamiya acrylics. So you've got flat black, flat white, flat yellow, RLM 70, 71, RLM 65, 66, 02. 65 underneath, isn't it? O2 for the cockpit. Yeah, I always get that confused. Aluminium, steel, gunmetal, rust, clear red, clear green, flat blue, flat red. And here's your assembly legends at the bottom as well. Optional scratch build, make 2. Do not cement, bit of a random one. Open hole, use colour, assembly unit, and assembly step. So, first 2 pages we have some part layouts. So the sprue layouts are there. So very handy if you're looking for certain parts. And we start assembly on what appears to be the landing gears and those 2 central bulkhead wing spars as well. So nice, clear, concise instructions. I had no issues at all building that other ICM kit. They're nice and clear. They're not busy. They're well drawn, well laid out. There's been no mislabeled, misprinted, or part in the wrong place at all. It's been a real joy to build. So I'm going to guess this will be exactly the same. A little bit busier on this because there's a few more parts. But overall, it's going to build up into a rather nice kit. So as we move on to assembly, we go starting to the... We're going back or forwards there, I can't figure it out. Well, we're onto the cockpit there, on step 17. Attaching the fuselage halves. Windows are going in. So yeah, assembly looks fairly straightforward. Can't see any issues there. Like I say, you get this main section built up. So you've got the cockpit, landing gear, what's going to be the bomb bay at the back. It looks fairly simple to build. Put the 2 fuselage halves together. Tail on. Sorry, rudder on, my bad. So yeah, it looks like a pretty straightforward process. I'm hoping it's all going to fit together well. Like I said, I do really want to build this soon. There's the bomb bay racks. Loaded up. Inserted in place. Getting the lower wings on first over there. Engines built up. They do look to be quite a nice detailed engine. Now, as we move on, there's the supports, etc, etc. Can we leave a cowling off? So there's those side part cowlings for it as well. I'm assuming there are ailerons. The other side going on. Main assembly of the top upper wings going on. And yes, we have some cowling parts there. So hopefully, if you want to, you can leave one of them exposed and show off your work if you want to. It looks to be a fairly detailed engine, so it's probably going to be worth showing. Overall, assembly looks to be really good. So you can leave a side panel off and one of the upper ones as well. And then we're on to the front. That front is going to take some very careful gluing. Because you've got 3 clear parts being glued together there. That is going to take a steady hand to do. Very steady hand. And onto the very front clear cowling piece. MGs in the top. Landing gear on, so on and so forth. Gear bay doors. Upper turret. And yeah, that looks to be like it's going to be not really a straightforward build. It's not going to be the easiest build in the world. But the way they've gone about it, which is what I was worried about, looks to be quite logical. And hopefully shouldn't be too much an issue in building it. Now, we've got the completed plane there. Showing off the splinter cam. Typical of these German aircraft. And these are all our stencil and main marking locations across. So not a massive amount to do. So it's going to keep you busy without driving you around the bend. And then we have our decal salute. Oh, that's nice with the other one. Decal selection. So by the looks of it, we have 4. We do indeed. We've got France, spring 1940, France, August 1940, Norway, spring 1941, and Russia, April 1943. I like the one with the yellow. Always catches my eye. Yellow and a bit of red. That's quite nice. ID bands, I do like that. That's quite smart. So yeah, fairly straightforward markings. They're all nicely clearly laid out. This shouldn't give you any real dramas at all. Ooh, cute. What colour is that? That's got blue spinner cones. What colour is that? Q. Ooh, that's nice. See, I like anything that's out of the ordinary. So this is your typical aircraft. A little bit of blue adds a little bit of interest to it, makes it a bit different, and I kind of like that. That's quite unusual. Well, for me. And then on to that one. Pretty mundane. I like this one. I think I do. Red spinner, prop spinners. And the yellow ID bands. I think that will be my one right there. I like that one. That looks pretty smart. So there we go. There's ICM's brand new He-111 in 48 scale. So there we go. There's ICM's new 48 scale He-111. And what do I think? I think that looks to be a pretty promising kit. I was a bit concerned how it was going to go together. It would be really complicated, but I think they've gone about that in a really good, logical way of building it. Hopefully, we don't get too many issues. Certainly, gluing that entire glass nose cone on in 3 sections is going to be interesting. It's going to take a very steady hand of using the likes of Tamiya Extra Thin. You're going to have to be very careful because you're literally one step away from screwing that thing up. So that'd be a case of mask it first, then glue it all together, then glue it on the fuselage. It's certainly going to be interesting to do that bit, I'll give it that. But for me, will I start this soon? I'm hoping to. Once this polycarpof's out of the way, I really want to build this thing. So if I do, I'll get a bench update every now and then, show how it's going, and you can look at it on the live show and the Facebook page and the forum as well. So there we go. So well done, ICM. Looks like you got another winner there. I hope so anyway. Highly anticipated kit by myself. Looking forward to that one. So there we go. Like I said, £29.50. Not going to break the bank. It's a big aircraft. You get a lot in the box for the money. Like I say, the moulding looks to be top notch, so it looks to be well worth the cash indeed. There we are. So thanks for watching. First review for a while. Hope we come back with some more and get some more regular bench updates. The bench updates kind of clash with the live show a little bit, and I end up repeating myself. But I do enjoy doing bench updates just because they're a little bit more personal, face to face. I know the live show is, but that's 4 hours of us lot waffling. So I'm hoping to do some more of those in the future as well. And there we are. So thanks for watching. As always, check out the live show every Friday, 7:30 UK, 8:30 Europe, and 1:30 Central US. Check us out every Friday night we're on, unless there's a problem, which has been lately a couple of times. Come join us, say hello in the chat, and come watch our show. It's very interesting. Well, we're told it is. We have a good laugh as well. Obviously, not signed up to the forum, go sign up to that. It's all free. And the Facebook page is exactly the same. All free. They're both well run. No riv accounting. We don't allow idiots on, bar me. So you're safe to post your work without fear of critique and criticism, etc., etc. So head on over there and have a look at that as well. And as always, check out umpretail.com. Myself and Lee's business. You can buy all our products. You see some of them behind us there. Head on over there, have a look. We've got everything you need from sanders, thinners, cleaners, washers, primers, kits, masking tape, scribing tape, tools, you name it, we've got it. We've got loads of stuff. www.umpretail.com. Head on over and have a look. So there you go. Thanks for watching today. I'll catch you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.